Hey everybody, my name is Akira, and right now I'm going to give you guys a little video on tips and everything about joining the military. Now, I may say Navy a lot because I'm joining the Navy personally this spring, but I'm also going to give you guys like just information in general on joining any branch. So this goes for all branches, and I have my little list right here, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get started. So first, when you're thinking about joining the military, the first thing that you should do is think about what branch you want to join. There's several different branches you can do. The Army, you could do the Air Force, Navy, Marines, or Coast Guard, like those. You just figure out which one you think will be better for yourself and your personality. So once you figure that out, figure out if you want to do active duty or reserve. So one thing to help you out with that is you can just go on Google, and that's like the main thing you can do. Just go on Google and just type in, what's the difference between active duty and reserve for this branch or any branch in the military. And there'll be like a whole bunch of things and articles that'll come up and show you like what's the difference and the benefits on being reserve and active duty. So once you figure out what branch you want to go to and whether you want to go active duty or reserve, I'm just going to talk to people who are doing active duty. So if you decide you want to do active duty, the next thing that you should do is figure out what job you want to do. And I recommend picking at least 3 jobs, at the minimum 3 jobs that you think you might want to do. So once you figure out what jobs you want to do, and you see like a little description on it on what those people do for their job, the next thing you should do is also Google what score you should get on the ASVAB to qualify for that specific job. So let's say I'm going into the Navy and I want to be a MA, which is Master at Arms. Pretty much I'm sorry, tongue-tied. In the Army, they call them MPs. It's their same thing. They're just police officers. They're officers. That's all I can say. They're the police. So if I want to be a Master at Arms, I know it tells me on certain different websites that I need to have at least a 45 in word knowledge. Some will say 43, but I'd rather go with 45 just in case that one is old and wrong. So I would try to aim for like a 45 or higher in word knowledge, and word knowledge is nothing but like the synonyms and stuff like that, or antonyms, or if I'm saying that right, whatever, what does this word means, this word most likely means what word. That's word knowledge. And then I don't have to get a specific score in arithmetic reasoning, but my word knowledge score and my arithmetic reasoning score should equal 100, and then that will qualify me to become a MA. So that's what you do. You figure out what score that you need to score to get in one of those jobs. So once you got those 3 jobs and you figure out what score you need to make on the ASVAB to qualify, then you start studying for the ASVAB. Now, also, if you do drugs, like if you take any type of drugs, I'm just going to say weed. If you smoke weed a lot, like every day, twice a day, 3 times a day, all day, every day, smoke one joint, get off your high, smoke another one, give yourself at least 30 to 45 days before you go see a recruiter, because some recruiters, they try to get you in and out like that. Like you come in, they say you want to join, you say yeah, you fill out the paperwork, they be like, okay, you want to take your ASVAB? You think you're ready? All right, I'm going to schedule you to take your ASVAB. And they just really try to get you moving. I think they really do that like towards the end of the month when they're like trying to reach that quota. But, sorry. So, yeah, that's what you should do. If you smoke, just try to give yourself at least 30 to 45 days before you go see a recruiter. That way, when you go see a recruiter, your process won't be slowed down because you're trying to clean your system or anything like that. So what I would suggest is study for the ASVAB. Study for the ASVAB. Give yourself at least 30 to 45 days. Same thing with weed smokers. Give yourself 30 to 45 days before you take your ASVAB. Some people suggest 2 months, but it all depends on you and how well you can take a test, how well you retain certain information, things like that. So some good websites for you to look at to take your to prepare you for the ASVAB is one, march2success.com. That's March the number 2 success.com. It's gonna say Army. Like, if you're not joining the Army, it's okay, you can still go on their website, you can still register, but they have like different assessments and interactive courses and everything like that for you to do to help you improve your ASVAB score. And that website comes highly recommended from all recruiters of different branches. So March to Success is one good website for you to go to study for the ASVAB. Another one is 4tests.com, which is the number 4 test with the S at the end.com. That one, they give you like sort of like the full test, ASVAB test, sort of, I guess, in all sections. And then at the end, it'll give you your score. It'll tell you which questions you got wrong, which ones you got right, stuff like that. So you can just go and take practice tests right there and see what score you can get. And then another one you can use is like Quizlet. You use Quizlet. Quizlet is just nothing but like flashcards, so that comes in real handy for like word knowledge and things like that. So you can like see this word, these are the synonyms for these words, this word means this, you know, you can use that. And you can also use cram.com. I'm pretty sure cram.com has some cram.com has like things for the ASVAB. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I've never really used it, but I've seen it. So once you've studied a little bit, or you feel like you've studied enough for the ASVAB, now you can go find yourself a recruiter. And this is the order that I'm telling you to try it in, because if you're one of the people who are just like, this is what I want to do, and I want to get in and get out, go in, and then I want to make this a quick process, this is the order. If not, then your first thing was find a branch, find a recruiter, and then do everything. But if you're just trying to make it quick, do it in the order that I just told you. Find a branch, pick jobs, study for the ASVAB, and then go see your recruiter. When you find a recruiter, it's okay to talk to different recruiters, because what one recruiter may tell you, another one may tell you something different. Now, recruiters have a reputation of being liars and just trying to get you in so they can meet their quota. Well, I suggest, me personally, what I do, I have one recruiter who I go through for like the ASVAB and my physical and everything like that, but I also talk to different recruiters just to make sure that my recruiter isn't trying to, you know, scam me or just trying to push me in so that I can be, you know, help him meet his quota for the month. It's okay to talk to different recruiters, or talk to different recruiters to see if your recruiter's trying to lie to you. And if you feel like, if you have a recruiter who's just trying to lie to you and just try to push you into anything, I suggest just stop dealing with that recruiter and find yourself a recruiter that will actually help you get to where you want to go. So a little story about me is that my recruiter, I like my recruiter, but the thing is, I've tried for like 4 weeks to take my ASVAB, and my process was actually halted for a bit because I have a 10-month-old son, and the Navy accepts single parents, but as a single mother, I had to sign my rights over, and I signed my rights over to my parents. No, it is not permanent, it is temporary, meaning that when I get to A school, I can have my parents either send me the paper, or when I graduate A school, I can just sign the paper and I will have full custody of my son. I can get my custody of my son back, and I can get a house, whether I'm E1, E2, doesn't matter. I can still get myself a house either on base or off base because I have a dependent. So like I said, my situation was halted because I had to wait 90 days. That is mandatory. If you're a single mother and you go into the Navy, you have to sign your rights over, and when you do that, when you give them that paper stating that you no longer have custody, you have to wait a mandatory 90 days, and that's just no way around it. So anyway, so my recruiter, every time I schedule to take my ASVAB, he keeps pushing it back, like the day of or the day before. He'll call or he'll text me and be like, hey,